keep on making. Yes, you keep on making. Make it away. You keep on making. Yes, you keep on making. Baby, get away.
Hey, people, I had to come in here and do an express train ride. And when I say express, y'all, I mean express, because tomorrow I got so much to do. I'm going over to Juice Radio with Roy Air to do our love tour at noon. So please meet us there. But in addition to that, I have a wedding to go to tomorrow. So I'm coming in here for express train. Because, honey, listen, Tasha K is the Black Barbara Walters. That chick is on YouTube doing the darn thing. She done interviewed one of Peter Thomas' ex-employees, and whoa. It was craziness. It was a mess. Peter, we giving you the side eye. Peter, I feel like any day now, the people may be coming for you and clinking you up. But we're going to get into it. Now I'm going to board this express train here. And guys, we're going to be in and out. We may have to talk about Peter, add it on another time, but we're going to do this quick ride. But first I have to say, shout out to Tasha K for her interview. Go to her channel, Unwind with Tasha K. She showed part of the interview, right? So she showed part of the interview, and then the other part, you have to go to her paywall, to her live.com to see the rest. Now, y'all going to have to tell me about the rest, because, child, Diva not paying for no, she's not paying. I'm only going to be here on YouTube. Okay. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here for the express ride. Listen, I'm telling you right now, don't jump on this train for free. Hit that like button, okay? I'm about to board this train, but before I board this train, y'all know what y'all got to do in that chat. Give me a what? A choo-choo! All aboard, everybody. We about to board this train on a Friday night for express ride on Hot Topics, and it's only about Peter Thomas, okay? Let me board this train. Hey, Roy.
Listen.
Okay, now.
Listen. Listen. Now, we've been telling y'all, Peter has been problematic since he got up in Nene's face and was trying to do all up in the girls' business. And Nene told him, stop being a damn bitch. Excuse my language.
Ooh, child, it's Friday night. Good gosh. Good gosh. Hey.
Now, we tried to tell y'all, and y'all ain't want to listen.
Number 34 on the train. Choo-choo.
All right now, choo-choo. Go ahead. We try to tell you I didn't listen. Before we get deep into this, let me just say this. Roy is in the building. Roy is, I think, 10 away from 1,000 subscribers. 10 away.
We'll get
10,
you there.
come on, Juice, right? 10 away from 1,000 subscribers. If y'all could do us a favor, if you're not subscribed to Roy Ear's World, throw your stuff in the chat, Roy Ear. Please go over there and subscribe. We would love to end this Friday with him hitting 1,000 subscribers. Woo, woo! All right now. So we got Roy Ear's World in the building. He's going to throw his information in the chat. Hit that subscribe button, okay? You hit that link and subscribe to his channel. We got my opinion in the building. Hey, girlfriend, before I even let her speak, okay? Thank y'all for being here for this express ride. But in my opinion, has a channel also. And she's going to be doing health, wealth, and all of that good stuff. So welcome to the train ride, in my opinion. Throw your information in the chat there so the people can go over there and subscribe to your channel also, because you're going to keep the people healthy and wealthy. Yes. Make it rain, make it rain, make it rain. Okay, that's right now.
How y'all doing tonight? Hey. I was like, now I know Dee's gonna have to talk about this, baby. Ooh.
Child, we about to get into it. It's woo, okay. Dustin, love you. Always in the building. Thanks
Love
for
you,
coming
Diva.
to this express
Love you,
train
Diva.
ride. I'm glad to see you. All right. Hey,
Oh,
Smoke.
oh,
Hey y'all, locked up, won't let me out of, won't let me out the door. Patricia's gonna be in if she don't pay these people's checks.
Did you
Locked
hear what I
up.
said, Diva?
Yes. Go ahead, Dustin. I'm sorry.
I said I'll always be here for my best friend.
Oh, thank you, Dustin. Love you. All right. And we got the Juice Radio Talk Show in the building. And listen, guys, go over there, subscribe to her channel, because tomorrow the Love Tour will be over there at the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Meet us there tomorrow at noon. We're going to have an amazing time. Juice Radio, throw your stuff in the chat. Everybody, if you're not a subscriber, go over there and subscribe, because we be over there doing our tour, our love tour. Because you know what, everybody, you know, it's enough room for everybody. We share the love. We share the love, and we all in this together. And we wanted tonight, I might as well say it while we right here, you know, doing this Friday night express train. Thank you to each and every one of the subscribers, because without y'all, we would never have a show. We appreciate y'all. You come through, you show up, you put the comments in there, you check us when you gotta check us, okay? And then we check your back. But anyway,
okay, that part.
We love you. Again, listen, Deline, you know what? I know you don't. We'll talk about that at another time. I know a lot of people, they wanted to cancel Tasha K out. I said it before, and I'll say it really quickly now. Everybody got some good and bad in them. We all do things right, and sometimes we do things wrong. But let's not cast each other away on the island. Forgiveness is everything. The Bible says forgive. How many times did you forgive? They said 7 times, 7 times 7. That means you just got to keep forgiving. All right. So let's not throw our own sister away.
I have a question for.
Give me 1 second, Dustin. Let's not throw our own sister away. Listen, she did what she did. She got to pay for what she did. But at the end of the day, I will say this. That chick get the interviews. She do the interviews.
She do the work.
And she doing the darn thing. And she got 1 million subscribers. So we want to rise up and get to her level too.
She got one. She got 1,000,001 now because I'm subscribed to her.
Okay, good. There you go. Thank you, Dustin. Now, Fifi, thank you. Congratulations on 27K. Hello. The Diva made it. 27K. Thank you, Fifi. I appreciate you. Fifi been with me from darn near the beginning. Fifi, thank you. This is Pellegrino, y'all. The Diva don't drink. Okay, so cheers. All right. Now, Tasha K, Tasha K is the new Wendy Williams. She the new Wendy Williams, the Black Barbara Walters. The girl is getting the interviews, right? Wait, they said if I forgave Tyrone, I can forgive Tasha K. Come on now, Fifi. I'm done. All right, guys. And hey, Smoke, we're going to get into.
I have a question for Diva real quick.
Yes.
When are you going to have your next book club?
I'm trying to squeeze. You know what, Dustin? I got so much to do. I may be able to squeeze it in on Sunday, because tomorrow I have a wedding to go to, and then we're going to be join us tomorrow, Dustin, over there at Juice Radio at noon. It's going to be a good show. Okay.
Can you drop the link in your private chat? Because I'm not subscribed to your channel, but I'll go subscribe.
Drop it in a private chat for you, so you can go there and subscribe and meet us there tomorrow at noon. Okay, Dustin.
Okay, I will. I'll be there.
I know you will. Thank you. All right, guys. So let's get into it. So Tasha K tonight interviewed Alesha Hunt. Now, don't get me all twisted up on her exact title, but she was kind of like the overseer, the district manager for Peter Thomas over there at Bar 1. Okay. So now let me go. I just want to show you, in case you did not get to see the interview tonight. It just played at 7:30.
I didn't get to see the live, so I didn't get to see it.
All right, you could go back and watch it. Give me a minute, Dustin. Thanks. So if you didn't get to watch it, go watch it after this, or watch it. But watch it later. And like she only played part of the interview, and she's going to play the rest on her paywall channel. Okay. So let me just share a screen with you, y'all really quickly. So it's Alesha Hunt, and she was like district manager over there at Bar One, and she put Peter Thomas, he's a scandal. Ooh. Now, this video, you could go to her Instagram. I can't play this video because it has like some music playing in the background. But in this video right here, she's in Bar One telling the customers that food y'all eating, the workers didn't get paid. The servers that served you, they did not get paid. She's in the restaurant videotaping, blacking out, letting the customers know y'all are getting services from workers who did not get paid. So when it initially came out, and this she's not the only one, right? When this initially came out, and I did another video that's on my channel where one of the other workers pretty much said, listen, he owes me $1,400 and he didn't pay me. Oh, when all of this started coming out, what Peter wanted to do, because the young lady, Alesha, she has a background. She has a history. So he wanted to defame her and kind of shut her up by showing people her previous mugshot and saying that she's a scam artist. He said Alesha Hunt was hired by Bar One as a general manager in spite of her criminal past. The Bar One group believes in giving people second chances, but what the Bar One group won't stand for is someone to continue their criminal ways by using our name to continue to scam people. Her tender was roughly 6 weeks when we discovered she was not a good fit for the brand. She was released and paid in full. She is continuing her crimes by setting up a GoFundMe account. Please be aware it is a scam. She's a criminal. She has been previously ordered to pay $226,000 in restitution to her previous victims. Do not be a victim of her new scam. So this is a whole hot mess. So this is just to give you a little background. A ton of employees are saying Peter don't pay. She was the general manager, and she said that it is true. He doesn't pay his employees. When I came to the restaurant, I tried to help these people. I tried to help them get paid. I was paying some of them out of my own pocket. Some of them was not getting paid for like 3 weeks. And as a result, they was homeless. Okay. This is what she said. And she said she would let some of them sleep in the restaurant. And then Peter found out and asked her, he said, you're not being a manager. He said, you are trying to be a social worker. So and there's another young lady. I have to go look for the video because I showed it in my other video that I did early in the week, where this lady pretty much was saying, listen, Peter owed me $1,400. He doesn't pay. Okay. So this woman said she will not let up off of Peter's neck until the authorities come and pick him up. Ooh. He said he don't pay his taxes. He don't pay his people. He doesn't have a liquor license. He was sending her to the local liquor store to get alcohol for the restaurant. He didn't pay the cooks. Mm-hmm. She said on Mother's Day, one of his whole staff kind of pretty much walked out, and he was in his own restaurant washing dishes. She said he has undocumented workers, and that's how he takes advantage of them. This chick had receipt after receipt after receipt after receipt that she was showing. Now, I have to say all allegedly. Go to Tasha K channel, watch the interview. It's a mess. But the woman said she felt like he handpicked her because he knew that she had a criminal background. And he was going to try to set her up because who would believe her over him when she had a background of scamming people anyway.
Oh.
So Peter, and let me tell you something. Do y'all remember? And I thought it was messy. When we first got introduced to Peter on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Cynthia's mother and her sister, they hid the marriage certificate because they did not want her to marry Peter. The mama and the sister knew way back then, way before we knew. The mama and the sister knew because they hid the marriage certificate so that she couldn't be able to marry Peter. And remember, she sued Peter and then she dropped the lawsuit. Well, allegedly, they're saying she dropped it because Peter is gangster and gutter. Like, he comes at people's necks, the females. She said he talks to the females any old kind of way. And Cynthia probably got scared and was like, you know what, forget it. I'll just make this money over. But Cynthia, this Alesha, she piping hot mad. She's not playing. She's not playing. She said, I got receipts. She said she already spoke to IRS. She said, now wait, matter of fact, you know what? Let me show you one more thing. We'll show you one more thing, and then we'll all get into this. This chick got receipts. Now let me just go down where she showed the little receipts. Trying to see where that was, because she showed receipts. Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, I want to go where she put the receipts of the checks that he is it on here? Okay, so these are checks that she said where he pays out and the checks bounce. The checks bounce.
Diva, can I?
She said, give me a minute, guys. She said the checks bounce, right? And so she said he's known around town. Nobody will cash a check that is written by Peter Thomas. That's what she said. So this is text messages she has, right? She said, Taylor just left. She's owed 6 weeks, meaning this chick left and you owe her 6 weeks. She said $1,014.38. Taylor stock, she is owed 9 weeks. He said, I paid Michael his money, $714. Pedro is still owed 2 weeks. Can I pay him something? This is her talking to Peter. And just, so she's putting all these receipts, okay? And saying that the proof of going back and forth, talking about how much how many years she worked in this and how much experience they had. This is a mess. He said, now this is this is so sad. I can't go to my country to see my family when they need me the most. Just unfair. This is Peter talking allegedly. Please let me know, love, because what I got can't pay my immediate bills. I'm in trouble because I calculated this and also was unaware that we wouldn't be getting paid anything but only 1 week. Alesha, are you at the restaurant? I wanted to come. This is Peter talking to Alesha. Alesha, are you at the restaurant? I wanted to come drop off the talk to speak to you guys. I have a lot of bills that are due tomorrow. I can't even pay my bills for my headache and congestion due to the check not being able to be cashed anywhere that I go. So you know what? She's just saying this is the worker Candy. Now, if you Google this girl Candy, a worker, he is homeless, hasn't been getting his paychecks either. So he has nowhere to stay. He spent the night at the restaurant to have shelter. This thing is a mess, but they're saying Peter doesn't pay. I'm going to stop sharing. I caught you up as much as I could. Fifi, security. The likes ain't matching. Y'all, all this tea is hot. Come on, y'all. Hit that like button. Fifi, thank you for the super chat and thank you for trying to help a sister out. I appreciate you. Hit that like button, y'all. All right, guys. We gotta, let me stop sharing. It's a lot. Y'all gotta watch the interview on Tasha K. Peter Thomas allegedly is a hot, flaming mess. In my opinion, did you see the interview?
I sure did. And I was really shocked when she said The first crew was fired because they did some scam stuff the first time. I was like, wait a minute, we just getting started. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. But I knew Peter Thomas was a crook when he was on them Housewives. He still ain't paid back Cynthia, you have it?
Well, you know what? If you saw the whole thing, it was alluded to the fact that Cynthia, the only reason why Cynthia dropped that lawsuit is because allegedly he speaks sideways to females. I forgot. Listen, there was so much packed in that interview. Accused him of allegedly sleeping with the
I know what she's saying, but I'm saying legally, I don't think he's paid Cynthia back yet, right?
Well, no, because the lawsuit was dropped. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And the lawsuit was allegedly dropped. The Alesha is thinking not because Cynthia so much wanted to drop it, is because he is such a tyrant that she's feeling like Cynthia only dropped it for that reason to just let it go and let Peter be out of her life. It's a mess. It's a mess. I'll come back up to the top. Roy, what are your thoughts?
You know, in the words of Quad, she's a fraud, he's a fraud, he's a fraud. I mean, he's another Kevin Hunter, taunting the streets, you know, taking advantage of women and their prime, you know, and then leaving them to, you know, fall apart once he's used them up for everything that he can do. It's pitiful. It's a shame, you know. And we've been warned about Peter for a very long time, a very, very, very long time. We were warned about Peter back in our Housewives days. I mean, and it would make so much sense to now understand why Apollo and Peter got along so well, because they're both criminals.
Oh my goodness. Allegedly.
Well,
Apollo did go to jail, but yes.
Yeah.
You know, allegedly, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, allegedly. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but I'm not surprised, you know. And to the jail he shall go, because your time is coming. You are taking advantage of people who actually are trying to come to work to provide for their families, to provide for themselves in an economy where we're not cared about on a, you know, regular level as they would consider us or beneath them, you know. And for me to show up to work consistently every day and I'm not being paid when I'm supposed to be paid, you're not giving me my real tips, you know, I'm getting put out of my home, I'm having to sleep at the very place that I'm working. Like, what are we doing here? Peter, we are not in your home country. We are in America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, allegedly. What are you doing?
A mess. Trent, thank you for the super chat. You are correct. I do remember this. Remember when he bragged to Matt that he and Todd received allowances from their wives for filming with them on Roa. And he told Matt, get your money from Kenya Moore. Yes, I do remember that. Yes, I do. Because back in that time period, the men did not have separate contracts to be on Roa. They was just, you know, there supporting their wives, and they didn't get money like that. Maybe today they pay the men, but at that time they didn't. The woman had to give their husbands some of their check. I do remember that. Yeah, Peter Thomas is a whole hot mess. Allegedly, too, he likes to file bankruptcy a lot. Allegedly, he doesn't pay his taxes. And allegedly, he's using the money that's being made by the employees to pay off his bills. She called him a whole scam artist. Juice Radio, what are your thoughts?
Well, Diva, I'm a business person myself, and one of the things I saw on those checks that you brought up was the check number. I looked close at that and I said, wait a minute, how long has Bar One been in existence? How long has it been operating? Why do you have brand new checks? Because the check numbers are 1005 and stuff like that. That's brand new check. That's check number 5 on a business account.
Come on now.
So my thought, what happened with the business? Did you have a problem with the previous account and had to open another account and the money not right? Because anytime you see a business check with the 1000 number, that's a new business or a new business account. So something is suspect right there. And then for him to be such a large business, why are we still doing handwritten business checks for payroll? that's suspect right there also. So I'm not understanding, and like the people say, the math ain't mathing, Peter. You have a chain of restaurants. Why you still having handwritten checks and starting with the new check number? So something is wrong. I'm gonna have to say a little chat to Royer. Royer. Now Peter is from the same country my husband is from, so all Jamaicans ain't like that because mine is a hard-working business owner.
Come on now. Come on
And
now. You know what
he pays people.
that part. You know what somebody said in the chat too for Tasha K when I was watching. She said, "You making Jamaicans look bad. They all ain't like that. Like
They
Peter.
not.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
you know he's
Listen. Mine is a hardworking business owner. He's a really good broker, and he ain't out here playing in these streets because he know we need to eat, and we don't need nobody knocking on our door saying, "Where my check?" We don't do that.
Part.
I think Peter needs to, if he can't pay the employees, then you have to let the employees go, or give them something in exchange for it. I mean, I know bartering is not supposed to be done, but give them something. Don't just have people sleeping on people's sofas. That's not right, Peter. And if this is really happening, Peter needs a better business manager to handle the business, and Peter needs to take his hands off of the account. I handle bank accounts for business owners because they don't handle them well. And when I start seeing they start dipping into the account, I pick up that phone and make a quick phone call and threaten them and tell them, if you want me to stay your business manager, you need to take your hands out of this account, because I'm not one for bouncing no checks. I will cut them right real quick, because that's a bad business manner to not pay staff and employees and contractors and all that, because they depend on that money for their livelihoods. And it's not fair for him to take money, allegedly, if that's what he's doing, and for his own benefit, and not pay these people their money. This shouldn't even have to be a social media thing. This should have been cleared up. But it's suspect because the checks seem like they are brand new accounts. So it's suspect to me. Yes. Do better, Peter.
Do better. Well, another thing to add on to what you're saying, Alesha stated that he has multiple LLCs.
Yeah, they do that now. That is a business tactic for people. A lot of people do that in the business world, because if one fails, they can always go to the other. And also, when you have an LLC, the person can't come after you directly, your name. So they'd have to go after that LLC. So that's a way that businesses protect themselves personally and protect their businesses. So he could, that I've seen that tactic happen.
Yeah,
it's out here in the business world. It is. It's a shady move, but it's out there.
Shady move. God is for me. 1978 said, Dr. Wendy better be glad she didn't invest. I'm trying to tell you. Dustin, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna say that I agree with Juice up here. Why should he have all this money in his account? Is all his money is bouncing? Every check that he makes is bouncing out of the checking account. That don't make no sense. That's a big red flag to me. If you have so much money, you shouldn't have a problem paying your bills on time. Right. Stuff like that. That's just crazy to me. That's just crazy to me. Well, come on now, pay your bills and get it over with.
Amen. Angel V, you are correct. Because a lot of people, and I was questioning before I heard this Alesha speak, why would you sit there? I could see you sitting there 2 weeks, because maybe you get paid every 2 weeks, right? But a lot of things, I think in the restaurant industry, because my son is a host, because he's under 18, right? So when you work, and I didn't know this until he started working there, he's not allowed to be a server, because they serve alcohol in the restaurant that he works in, and he can't even bust the tables to pick up an empty alcohol bottle. So he's the host to walk you to the table and give you the menus or whatever the case may be. But the reason why these people kept coming back is because a lot of them are undocumented workers who he allegedly is making promises to help them get their green card or whatever, so they don't have nowhere else to go. And I do believe that they're trying to change the laws on all of that, because they do not want this to happen to undocumented workers. I have to go look for the article, but there was this popular Italian restaurant. I want to say it was either in New York or New Jersey. I got to find the article again. This man would literally put his hands on the workers. He was horrible to the workers because they wasn't documented. And he got in a lot of trouble. He finally got in trouble. But I mean, he would put his hands, he would hit them, he would punch them. He would do a lot of stuff to these people. It's a shame. It was very sad. It was very sad. And
you see a lot of that in the Asian communities too. The Asians, a lot of them do that. They do. I've seen it in some salons where they physically put their hands on the workers because they're not documented. It's a sad thing.
That's a very sad thing. So, Smoke, what are your thoughts on this situation?
I guess Papa Smurf must be swinging snuffleupagus because he must be paying them workers in pain. Because ain't no way I would be staying in any kind of environment where my boss is not paying me. Let it be the first 2 weeks my check is missing. Oh, no. I'm stopping right there. I got my resume sitting on ready. It's just unfathomable. And the thing that I guess I can't, I'm looking at is like, who are these investors that keep giving him money to open these bar nuns all over up and down the East Coast? So your vibe truly attracts your tribe. So the people who are in partnership with Peter are just as much as crooks, pawns, thieves, and liars themselves. So I'm just like, I would not be surprised. I mean, like, I guess I'm really trying to figure out how he got into this. And honestly, Tasha K need to get an interview with Mal and Cynthia's mother. Be like, what did y'all know or see before they got on that show that had you moving that marriage license and not wanting Cynthia to marry him? Because that would be the real juicy information. Because that, I feel like there's something there that they saw or witnessed was just like, something's not right, and they were right.
100%. Monty, thank you, because it was so much in this interview. This girl dropped 1,000 nuggets. This is what he's doing. He's opening up new corporations and closing the old ones out with the state and claiming losses. You can have several DBA entities under an AC Corp and LLC. So what he also did was to avoid taxes. He would claim like they wasn't making any money. But this Alesha claims that they was making good money. Okay. And he was doing something with the people's what do you call it? Tips. He was being messy. He was doing something with the people tips. And then allegedly, right? And then also allegedly, he would funnel money in a different way under maybe if I'm working for him, my name. And so Alesha was investigating a lot of stuff, right? She was investigating stuff to find out because he said people was taking money, whatever. And then what she found out was that the employees, she would go to the employees accusing them of stealing and firing them. And then come to find out the employees allegedly wasn't stealing. He was taking his own money and paying it. It's a mess. So he takes the money and then goes pay off his tax debt. This is according to Alesha. And then also go open another bar one. This is a mess. Monty, thank you for that information. And thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. It's a hot mess. Denzel, what are your thoughts?
How you doing, Diva and everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Peter, aka Patricia, he what is he doing? Like, really? You know, he got these people working for him and they helping him making money and he's not paying them their money. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. And that's part. And you know what? I saw that episode of The Real Housewives of that's probably why Cynthia's mom and sister probably hide the marriage license because they didn't want her to marry him. They probably saw something that we did not see on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And if he keep it up, he needs to go to prison. If he's not paying them, he needs to go to prison. He's a fraud. He's a fraud.
Well, let me tell you something with this Alesha. He done pissed off the wrong one. She was mad that he put on the screen showing her face and showing her past history for something that happened in 2006. Because she says she does a lot of work with, people who might have been in her situation, went to jail, made a mistake. And she also does a lot of work in the restaurant industry. So she was mad that he tried to blast her and shame her. And that's why she said she's not letting up off of his neck. She says she will not stop until they come and pick him up. Peter done messed with the wrong one. He allegedly got away with stuff for so long, he was used to it. He was used to getting away with it. But now he done messed with the wrong one. This girl is piping hot, and she got receipt after receipt after receipt. And she said she spoke to the IRS. Now, God is for me said, I think they just felt in their gut. She's talking about Cynthia. She said, I didn't see anything concrete. She said, oh, I remember when he brought that BMW without Cynthia knowing. That was a red flag for me. Looking back, there's a lot of red flags with Peter. And you know what? Peter's not a bad looking guy. He know how to talk that slick talk. Then he looked the way he looked. Then he want to come smoozy woozy over the girls. And they young girls, they might fall for it. Okay?
Well, Diva, look who he friends with.
Who?
Mia.
Oh.
Who?
And G.
Mia.
Oh, Mia and G. Oh.
Chiropractics without a chiropractor practice.
Scam. Fraud.
Apollo, now Mia, now G. Who next?
You remember they was all going on the yacht. She was gonna get on Wendy because Wendy didn't invest. How you gonna do my friend like that?
Y'all forgot. Lala Powers, thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. Now, I will say this. Tasha K is also coming for Dennis, okay? Portia's baby daddy. There's somebody saying that Dennis scammed them out of some funds. This is a whole mess.
Dennis came and scammed Alabama. So yeah, I'm waiting on that to go down. His restaurant, he had a restaurant here in Alabama, and he wasn't paying his workers, and they just stopped coming. And so eventually they had to close the building now because the employees wouldn't show up. But ain't nobody else heard nothing else from it.
Well, let me tell you this. I don't know if the Housewives shows just attract scammers.
They do.
I don't know which one it is. Lakeisha, what are your thoughts? Oh, Lakeisha left. Okay. Monty said, look up the definition of a Ponzi scheme. You know what? I will, Monty, because that's what Alesha accused, Peter Thomas of doing, a whole Ponzi scheme. See, you know what? He thought the girl that's the thing, right? You can't judge somebody just because they have a past. Just because you may have gotten in trouble, thank you, Monty, for the super chat, that doesn't mean you stupid. He thought that he was going to get this Alesha. He thought he was going to shame her by her past. He thought that he had the perfect person to do whatever, but he ran into the wrong one. They say every dog has his day. Lakeisha, what are your thoughts?
So I think, okay, I have something to say, but I have a different perspective, so I don't want everybody to hate me. Okay. So I watched the Housewives. Okay, I watched the Housewives, and I think Peter is a creep, and I think he is a scammer. Okay. But I came on before when I talked about Waffle House, how I worked for Waffle House. I've been in the restaurant industry for more than 20-some years. Okay. I worked at Joe's Crab Shack for about 10 years. I even worked at Juicy Crab, and I worked at Waffle House. So that being said, servers are probably some of the shadiest people that you work with. Oh my God. So the stuff that he's going through, every manager owner has gone through it. It's just different because he's in the spotlight. I've gone through that. I had a server accuse me of not paying them when I didn't even hire them. Well, I hired them to come to training. We have cameras, of course, so we could watch it. She was even threatening to get a lawyer. She was not even on a camera, nowhere near it. So they do this kind of stuff because they make so much money day by day. They go out, drink it up, come back, want more money. I'm not saying it's not true, but I've seen everything you're talking about. And as far as the undocumented people, when I worked at Juicy Crab, everybody in the kitchen was undocumented. The owners at Juicy Crab are washing dishes. The owners at Juicy Crab are cooking. The health conditions are horrible. So it happens all the time. We just don't know it because you guys don't work in the industry. But I'm telling you, everybody in the kitchen was Asian, undocumented. They get them because they're going to work hard because they don't have green cards. So this kind of stuff is not anything new. I washed dishes before on Mother's Day. I had a server curse me out on Mother's Day and walk out, but I had to keep going. So it happens all the time. So I'm not saying she's not telling the truth, but she can capitalize on this and make a lot of money because he's in the spotlight.
You bring a different perspective. And I hear you. And wait, we're going to talk, but hold on a minute. Cedar said, remember when Mia, G, and Peter beef? And G said Peter borrowed $60,000 and that shut Peter up? You know what, Lakeisha? I hear you. And I do believe every word you're saying about the industry. But I also think where there's some smoke, there's some fire.
True. I agree.
And right now, I think Peter got a 3-alarm fire ringing, and we want to have to call the fire department from every town in every state because this is burning bad. It's like the things that just happened in Canada, and it spread all the way over to New York and Jersey. That's the smoke we're seeing right now with Peter. It's drowning the people.
That
the people
part.
can't breathe. The people can't breathe. This is not good. You know why? And let me say this. He has closed down some bars. And listen, when you're an entrepreneur, you got to ride the wave. It takes a tough person to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Because you may fail several times. And you got to be strong enough to get knocked down and get back up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really mad at that. But what I am mad at, there's been breadcrumbs going along the way the whole time with Peter and this bar one. And the breadcrumbs has been getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And they started with his wife, his ex-wife, Cynthia Bailey. She owed him money for the shut down business, the business that didn't open, or whatever the building was, or whatever the situation was with that. And every now and then we keep hearing people out in the background talking about Peter owes me. We knew about he owed $450,000 in back taxes. The IRS don't lie now.
Jiva, same thing too with Juicy Crab. When they first started, they were paying people with personal checks. There was when I was managing there, same thing. That's one reason I left because the health conditions were gross. They had seafood with chicken, but they were paying people with personal checks. They weren't paying people. They were owing people. They were balancing their books with handbooks, not even computers. So like when people start new businesses, these kind of things happen all the time. Like I've seen it all the time. Still people at some of those new concepts I've been to, especially when you have tipped employees, sometimes, well, depends on how the company is run. Most main businesses like Waffle House and stuff, obviously we didn't have those kind of issues because undocumented associates can't work with us because main businesses have E-Verify. So you know right away if the employee is legal or not. So that won't happen. But small businesses, they still do it all the time. I work in corporate recruiting now. I have a Hispanic restaurant in my parking lot. And I went there because we were recruiting for some bilingual associates. And she told me everybody in her kitchen was undocumented. So it happens all the time. And especially undocumented associates, they pay those people under the table. But at Juicy Crab, like documented associates, they were paying them with checks when it first started. And some of those employees weren't getting paid. And I was the manager. And sometimes they missed a paycheck on me. So that was one of the reasons. But that was when they first started. But, I'm not taking up for him. I'm just saying it happens. But I'm just saying hourly associates like servers especially when they make a lot of money and then they get paid, they forget the hours they make. And not to categorize people or, put everybody in a box because I was a server too. And I've seen the background, but most of the time they spend it on alcohol, they spend it on drugs, but that's not everybody. And then they come back and they want more money, but not to say that's him, but I've seen it like for over 25 years. So, it can happen, especially in new businesses.
Right. So here's the other thing that he's facing though. He lost his liquor license, allegedly, according to this Alesha Hunt. And he was sending the people to the local spirit store with the list of what alcohol to get. And allegedly he don't pay the people. People won't cash his checks. She said, this is her, allegedly she had a cashier's check from him. And with a cashier's check, that's cash. That's cash, pretty much. She said the bank told her you got to wait 24 hours. Listen, I'm hoping that this situation with Peter Thomas is not as bad as it looks, but it ain't looking good. And he would be, I don't know, somebody tell me how old Peter Thomas is. It's a shame to be going to maybe getting clinked up at this age.
Please. Even
clink, clink.
The way he was slinging Matt in that radio studio, Peter looked like he has experience in a jail brawl. So he all right. He looked well seasoned.
Yep.
So yeah, and that's why we need different perspectives. 62. Thank you, Sheila. How old is he? 62?
62.
He's too old for
this.
Oh
wow.
He's too old for this foolery.
Diva also one other
said 62.
Diva also one other thing. I remember there was two Juicy Crabs. One Juicy Crab in I live in Atlanta, and it was one Juicy Crab in Gwinnett and one Juicy Crab in Douglasville. And what you're talking about, the liquor license, again, it happens all the time because most restaurants make their money off of alcohol, and that brings people in. So when you lose a liquor license, it's a really serious thing, which it can happen. You know, if associates aren't trained right or if they don't have their liquor license. Juicy Crab in Gwinnett, they only had a liquor license for beer. You can get a liquor license for beer or wine. The one in Douglasville didn't have it. They did the same thing. They were letting customers, not for a long time, they were letting customers bring other alcohol, like wine, like hard liquor in because they couldn't sell it. So restaurants will figure out a way to get around it until they get caught. I've even seen restaurants with health inspections where they fail and they pay the county so they can pass. So it's all kind of crazy stuff that goes on.
Good God. Well, she did say that apparently, you know, he has some people in some high places because he's getting away with a lot. But unfortunately, it's like, you know, when the word on the street is he doesn't pay, right? Allegedly, according to this Alesha. But you know what? When you're in a situation like that, it eventually catches up with you, and you will always see this. What they say, crime don't pay, right? Crime doesn't pay. Eventually, your stuff is going to catch up to you. Every dog has his day. You can't go around treating people like crap and think it's not going to come back to slap you in the face. But see, that's what he did. He thought he was going to pick this, you know, former ex-criminal, Alesha Hunt, and he thought he was going to use her. But he didn't know that chick she got one up on him.
Diva, do we know if Peter is an official U.S. citizen or if he's operating on a green card status?
I don't know because that's a good question, right? Because
that is a good question.
If he goes to jail, then after he finishes time, whenever
deport
he time, he's going to get deported.
Back to the mango tree.
Y'all
he be deported with what's the Tory Lanez. They don't play when you Tory Lanez, or what's the other one from the Real Housewives of New Jersey? Teresa Giudice's ex-husband.
Joe.
Joe.
They're going to send you back.
I cannot wait till Tory get out of jail. They can take him right out of the jail, right to the plane, and on back to Canada where he belongs with his reckless
bye-bye
behavior.
So yeah, I don't know. That is a good question. But this is what I want to say overall. You're a special kind of different, and you deserve everything that you have coming to you. If you want to take advantage of someone just because you know that they have limited resources and limited places to go, you're dirty, you're mean, you're nasty. You're going to treat somebody badly and have them work like a dog because you know that they don't have nowhere to go and they're afraid.
Yeah.
Like, how do you sleep at night?
Mm-hmm.
How do you sleep at night? Every human being deserves to get treated a certain way. And let me tell you this too. There's this song. It's a gospel song. It said it could have been me with no clothes, no shoes, nothing to eat. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Today you good, tomorrow you cannot be.
That's right.
And you know, I was raised to treat everybody the same, everybody equally. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your title is. You could be the manager. You could be the janitor. I'm saying hello to both the same way.
Yes.
That's right.
And I do believe that the energy you put out in the atmosphere, that's what you get back. You treat people good, goodness is going to come back to you.
That's it.
That's what they say, Diva. What you put in a life is what you get out of it. So,
Power.
And Diva, I don't want
Yeah, go
Diva,
ahead.
only one more thing to say, which I was telling how you said people with limited resources. I don't know if you remember. I think people don't give servers enough credit. I told you I was one too before I got into management and stuff for a long time before I managed and stuff. And when I came on before and I was telling you guys about Waffle House and how they make so much money, I don't want you to put like discredit servers. I was telling you sometimes my servers, especially in these restaurants, especially at Waffle House, everybody knows it. But that with Peter, he's on TV, so he's getting a lot of business. Those my servers at Waffle House was sometimes making more money than me. So they make a lot. Remember I was telling you before?
No,
They
you
were
did
making over the thousands.
Yeah, you
They
told
make a
me that.
lot of money.
Right. No, I'm talking about the undocumented workers that are being taken advantage of. That any of these companies kind of know that they have limited resources and they're afraid. And some of these managers that have these undocumented workers, they threaten them and they bully them and tell them, I'm going to report you or tell on you. They use them. That's the ones I'm talking about.
Well, as far as that aspect goes, well, definitely at Juicy Crab that wasn't the case. They were treated better than the American associates because Juicy Crab was owned by Asian people. So they had a house they all lived in. They had a car. They ate better than us. They actually ordered food and cooked it in the restaurant. When I first started at Joe's, before we had E-Verify on the computers, a long time ago. I think I started in 2007, so I'm old, but when I first started, they didn't have E-Verify on the computer, so all applications were paper. So if you had undocumented associates, sometimes you didn't know because people had fake license and social security cards then, back then.
Yeah.
So when I first started in the kitchen, my whole kitchen was Hispanic, and probably to about 2010. But those my Hispanic workers, which are like some of my best friends and my boyfriend is, but those were the best workers I had in my kitchen. So I never disrespected them. I would have taken them over the documented people any day. And most of the time I did because they worked harder. And when the industry changed, when they put in E-Verify, that's when the restaurant industry saw a downfall. You saw a change in the speed of service. The food was different because the only thing we could hire was Americans. I'm not saying that Americans don't work as hard as undocumented people or immigrants, but from my experience in the restaurant industry, they don't.
Right.
So from my experience, I never treated undocumented people less than me.
Well, that's
If
good.
anything, I treated them better.
Hold on 1 second, Lakeisha. Thank you. Love is Mimi. Yes, this is exactly what he did. He hired Alesha Hunt on purpose, thinking he could get over on her because of her past. He did. But he didn't realize that chick was a smart cookie and she knew her stuff. And he didn't realize that she was going to have compassion for the workers and the people not getting their money. She cared. And listen, our past doesn't define us.
No.
You can make a mistake yesterday and recover tomorrow. You recover the minute after you make that mistake. I'm not saying you're not going to pay, but you can still recover. The devil is a liar. He will have people try to remind you of your past and hold you there. And that's when you guys say you want to get that off my back. I'm not accepting that. I'm a changed person. And you know what? He thought by posting her mugshot, he was going to shut her down. But he activated her. Yeah, he activated her. And I commend her for being strong and not allowing her past to define her future.
Exactly.
He said, I'm not shutting up. And you know what? For that, I commend her. For that, I'm going to say, go, girl. For that, I'm going to say, you know what? If what you are saying is true, continue on with your agenda. Because, girl, you're going to win.
That's right.
He exactly said, I will not take my foot off his neck.
That's right.
Until justice is served.
That's right. Diva.
Yes.
Peter, he's the devil. He's the devil. And he's going to get his karma. God don't like ugly.
Listen, you pay for your sins.
That's it.
Right. Diva, I always tell people this about their past. I always tell them never allow your past to make you bow down to your future.
Oh,
You never
say that again.
Never allow your past to make you bow down to your future.
Come on.
Because a lot of people think that because of their past, they have to keep hanging their head down low and bow down to everything that everybody says. But you don't. You have to use your past as a step up, not a step down. And so many people will try to discredit you, diminish you, and make you feel less than. But you have to do like what the young lady is doing. And I pray that she is right in what she is saying. And that, the accusations are accurate. Because if it does not come that it is accurate, then she could have a whole lot more than that situation from her past come up. But if she is right in what she's saying, then she needs to stand strong. There always needs to be somebody that's going to help pull others out that don't know how to get out. And she may just be that person that is brought into this situation because of her past, the struggles that she knows she has gone through. She now may be equipped to have enough strength to pull those others straight out of where they are into where they need to be. She may be just the one that may take Peter, Thomas, and others down and bring others up. So, I'm praying that all these workers get the money that they need and that this kind of stuff stops. But like the other young lady was saying, there's a lot of this that happens where people just take advantage of people because they know they're not here with legal documents. And it's sad because they do it to their own people.
Yeah.
They do it to their own people.
Yeah.
And so maybe Peter has stepped on the necks of somebody and somebody's. And maybe it's time that somebody does step on his neck so that he could stop stepping on other people's necks. So I'm praying that they get through this, but never allow your past to make you bow down to your future. Never.
Amen. You know what I don't know is if they allow the people to be here. That's the part I don't understand, but we could deal with this on another day, maybe.
Yeah.
If you allow the people to be here, and you understand where I'm trying to go here?
Mm-hmm.
If you allow the people to be here, then give them the paperwork to work so that they won't be taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm. It's a long process. It's a long process for a lot of them. And during that time, they've got to make a way to make it to the next day. So that's a lot of what they do. I see it a lot in the Asian communities that I have seen. There a lot of that happens. And they will have, like I heard somebody on the panel say, they give them housing. They may give them one house for numerous amounts of people in that one house. So it's a lot that happens in there. But it takes them a while to get their paperwork. And they've got to make it to the next day. So they're doing what they can to make it to the next day.
Yeah, yeah. Tess, what are your thoughts? Tess, did you want to speak? You're on mute. Tess, I'm going to drop you down. If you want to speak, come off of mute. All right, I'm going to remove Tess. I'm not sure.
That wasn't Tess. That was Peter. He's like, y'all talking about me? Y'all want some problems here tonight? He's like, let me find y'all talking about my bar, none up in here.
Hey, Diva.
Yes.
It's not. What I'm about to say, it's not about Peter. I want to just tell you real quick. If you get a chance, go on Google and type in Wendy Williams, because I just saw something, and this the story is sad.
Go ahead and say what you saw.
It says well, I saw it on Google, but I saw this on Hollywood Online. I'm trying to get it. Hold on, wait a minute.
I don't see anything new.
Well, go if you see. Well, go on Hollywood Online, because I saw it. It says this is on Hollywood Online. It says Wendy Williams' son Kevin Jr. claims a judge told him he will be charged with kidnapping and arrest if he doesn't bring his mom back to New York. It says he's scared. That's what it says.
You said Hollywood Unlocked?
Yeah.
I don't trust Jason Lee. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And it's on Radar Online too.
When it gets to what's the Black TMZ on IG? What do we call it? What's the thing? What's the site called?
Shade Room.
Shade Room.
If it ain't on the Shade Room, I ain't believing it.
So he's he lying.
His son Kevin Jr.'s claimed judge threatened to arrest him if he didn't send mom back to New York City. I'm so scared. June 9th, 2023. Hold on one second.
This is weird.
Hold on one second. Tess?
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to say that I think what Peter Thomas is doing is absolutely disgusting, and it goes to show you with his history with Cynthia, how she took his money. He took her money.
Come on now.
And also, she said, the blonde haired lady said a profound thing that stood out to me. She said that Peter doesn't look at us as his people. And I was wondering, is that because he's Jamaican? As regular black people ain't his, well, American black people isn't his people. I wonder, was she talking about that?
I think that's what she was alluding to. Hold on one second, Tess, because we just got a breaking news here. Wendy Williams' son, Kevin Jr., claims judge threatened to arrest him if he didn't send mom back to NYC. I'm so scared. Where the heck did this come from?
This is crazy.
Wendy Williams' son, Kevin Hunter Jr., has shared some shocking details about the time when he was forced to live apart from his unwell mother last year. Or maybe this is old. The mother-son duo were reportedly living together in Florida as the college student took care of the TV maven. But he was threatened with arrest as Judge Lisa, who is in charge of Wendy's guardianship, ordered him to send the 58-year-old mother to New York. He told the U.S. Sun, the judge threatened me with arrest and said I'd be held in contempt if I didn't bring her back to New York. I'm so scared that I haven't really been up there to see her since the court's guardianship expert and attorney Sabrina was given the guardianship of Wendy's financial affairs by the court. Kevin Hunter Jr. also accused the legal entities who supervise his mother of changing things up. When they hear I'm coming to visit, they change things up. Like they have to prepare for me, Kevin alleged before adding, if there was a way that I could help that I wouldn't end up being arrested, I would be doing that. You know why I think this came out? Because him and Will Selby are going through it right now. He accused Will Selby of Wendy's manager of using her. And people now accuse Kevin of why would you go talk to an online publication and not just go help your mother? So I think this might be the answer as to why. The judge spokesperson in New York courts refused to respond to accusations, saying as this is a pending matter, it would not be appropriate to comment further. Wendy's manager, Will Selby, however, has fired back at Kevin as he told Entertainment Tonight, Wendy is under guardianship. Everything that she does gets approved by the guardianship, a court-appointed guardianship. Yeah, I think this is more information on what the son is saying. This whole thing with Wendy Williams is a hot, flaming mess. Thanks for that information, Denzel.
It's no problem.
I had to do a quick train ride. I got some new people in the building. I'm gonna let you speak because tomorrow we have an amazing lineup for you over there at the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Yes. So if y'all not subscribed over there, please subscribe. Come see us at noon tomorrow over at the Juice Radio and Talk Show because we got a show for y'all. Because you know what, guys? We really got to be in community with each other, love each other, and have a good time. And sometimes, legit, we have to learn through communications, books, articles, or others, how do we really love? And we're going to talk about some things tomorrow because you know what we're doing? We're doing a tour. We're all connecting and being together. And the reason why we are connecting is because you know what? There's room on YouTube for everybody. And we can all connect, be together, share in love. And that's what this is about. That's why we go to other channels and other channels come to us because all of it make it together. Look at you, Tess, all cute. Okay. Look at you. Turn on that camera looking cute. All right. Tess, you on mute. Come off of mute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. You're gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I'm sorry about what Wendy Williams is going through and everything.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah,
That's a whole nother conversation that we can have also too. You can't isolate yourself, but that's a conversation we would have to talk about if we talked about marriages and all that, and even sometimes just relationships. I know some girlfriends that once they get in a relationship, they cut all the girlfriends off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You like, hello, girlfriend.
I've had that.
And then when they break up with the man, now they want to call you up again. Don't be using me. Don't be using me. Robin, you're in the building. What are your thoughts, really quick, on this Peter Thomas situation?
Oh, Peter, I just came in because I saw Jason Lee today, and I was going to just speak to that about Wendy Williams. If you,
go
okay, the reason I watched it was because he had Wendy in his thumbnail, and all he did was recount his experience. And what he said is that he found it very telling that Wendy's son did speak out because he's never done so before. He spoke about what he understands to be the relationship between Wendy and Kevin Jr., which is very close. He also said that he's not able to be in touch with her. He said that he can't call. He said Jason Lee said that when he dials her phone number, he doesn't get her anymore. It all goes to voice. So So that's the thing I just wanted to share. So it seems as if she's been squirreled away. She's inaccessible. And Peter is kind of he's a jerk and he's a scam artist. And I say call the Department of Labor so he can get clinked.
Clinked. Emmanuel, what are your thoughts?
Hi, Miss Diva and everybody. Okay. Peter, okay, guys, don't think I'm crazy, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because didn't they say? And I'm sorry, I came in late, Diva, so I missed the information. Okay. But didn't they say the lady was a felon herself?
Oh gosh, here we go.
Is that true?
Yes.
So okay, what we won't do,
let him talk.
In 2006, though, Emmanuel.
Let him talk, guys. Let him talk.
So it's a felon's word over a businessman. I don't know. I think we should wait and let it play out.
It was in 2006,
Let him talk. Hold on, guys. Let him talk. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
I mean, at the end of the day, the man is smart to be in all these reality shows and keep himself relevant even after divorcing Miss Cynthia. He's smart. So I don't know the entire story. So let's just wait. He might be telling the truth. As far as the Wendy son, Kevin Hunter, it sounded like a lie to me. Still,
you think so?
Everything he's saying sounds like a lie. And I already said it yesterday. I'm not gonna say it again, but because I know Diva disagreed with me, but I still think it's a lie. If he wanted to advocate for his mother, he would have done it a long time ago.
Diva, can I respond?
But we also did say yesterday if he knew how. We don't know that he
right, but Robin, how does he know how now and didn't know a year ago? What did he learn?
Every day you get smarter and smarter. Listen, I gotta close out because I got a wedding tomorrow and I got a show tomorrow. Okay, we're going on the Juice Radio and we're gonna have a good time. I just want to say this, Emmanuel, and I'm being 100% transparent and authentic. My son is 17. He'll be 18 next month, right? And listen, he is one of the younger 17s. I was kind of telling Roy this, right? If something happened to me, he would have to dial the auntie, the godmommy, and all the people to try to help him out so he could figure things out. Okay? He is not the one that he's just, it was him and I. And I could have done some things better in hindsight and trying to prepare him for different things in different ways. You got to understand that when you're a parent, you parent from your own experiences, right? And when you're parenting, you do the best that you can, right? So you know, and then sometimes, you know, you shelter the kid. I don't know. But so I'm just saying that Kevin Jr., I don't know for a fact, he was sheltered. His mother was Wendy Williams. I doubt if Wendy herself was in there cooking every day. I bet you they was doing a lot like I was doing. We was going to the restaurants, Uber eating, and the restaurants know us, and the Starbucks knows us, and the Dunkin' Donuts knows us. I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just telling you some truths, okay? So, you know, and then my mother helped me. I'm not going to tell y'all what age I was up until what point, but my mother did a lot for me. And what did I do? I ended up doing a lot for my son. I'm not telling you it's right. I'm just trying to give you an understanding of it's a possibility that he just didn't know what to do. And you got to understand also that his father was in contention with the mother. And we seen it play out with Melody and Martell. So why, if the only person you could go to is your dad, and your dad has his own agenda, and that's how he's telling you to deal with the mother, all I'm saying is kind of give him some compassion and understand that it is a possibility. Don't think about just the age, that he just didn't know. So let's move on and say this. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
And I'm not trying to argue with you, Diva, not at all, but didn't they say it was because of his big payments that they froze those Wells Fargo's accounts?
No, that's not how it went. We can
Are you
have
sure?
a whole nother. I'm positive because I've been following this story. I'm positive. But
Can I say
yes,
and
you
I'll,
can.
I'll
Yes,
get
go
out.
ahead.
And another thing that girl said is that he takes advantage of people with no citizenship.
Yep.
You know, immigrant workers and stuff.
Yep.
So that's not right.
It's not right.
Yeah, that's all I
It's
wanted to say.
not right. So listen, guys, I'm not even doing 60 seconds because I have a show tomorrow. Okay, and I gotta be ready for my show tomorrow, and I'm going to a wedding tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon. So I want to say this, guys. This was an impromptu live. I appreciate y'all for showing up and showing out. I appreciate everyone's comments. I appreciate if y'all hit that like button. And I want to say this. All I can say is when we hear different topics, we can always stick to whatever side we want to stick to, but be open-minded and at least have some compassion for the other side. If this was the first story I heard about Peter Thomas, I might be giving the chick the side eye. But this is about story number 399.
Exactly.
And I'm done. I followed the breadcrumbs, and the breadcrumbs led me to Peter. It appears like you are a scam artist.
Exactly.
I love you guys.
We love you too.
Listen, hit that like button
And subscribe.
please, and subscribe. Come on, Denzel. And please join us tomorrow at noon over there at the Juice Radio
The
and
Juice
Talk Show.
Radio and Talk Show.
Yes, y'all will make us so happy.
Yes.
If y'all show up, show out, chat with us in those comments, and hit that like button and subscribe over there if you're not a subscriber. We'll see you next time. Listen, guys, have a good weekend. I love y'all all. Goodbye.
You too.
And good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.